Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living Delaware. I'm Deb Chamberlain. I'm your musician today. Hi, everyone.
Good morning, Deb.
Good morning. Hi, Dan. Welcome to the service this morning. This is an exciting Sunday. There's lots of big changes coming to our country this week. So as I sing this first song, I'd love to invite you to imagine and hold the space for our lives becoming better, our community, our CSL community becoming better, our country becoming better, life becoming better, better together. And I invite you to even imagine CSL Delaware expanding, becoming an even stronger community, a bigger community, having more of our friends and loved ones joining us on Sundays and during the week. So together we can hold this space for ourselves, each other, and this country and this world. So enjoy. Have you seen the news today? Does it matter anyway? Somewhere someone is suffering. What difference does our knowing bring if we don't feel it in our hearts? The difference caring will impart to be the love we wish to see that saves our own humanity. With our one heart, one mind, one soul, we are better together. With our one heart, one mind, one soul, we are better together. We wanna feel safe in this world. So does every other boy and girl. A place to live and call your own. Should we all not have a home? I'm standing here, you're standing there, for all the same things everywhere. There's nothing you want that I don't. Let's build a bridge and we can show that with one heart, one mind, one soul, we are better together. With our one heart, one mind, one soul, we're better together. We're unbreakable, unshakable, and together we are unstoppable. We are all made of love by the one above, who creates through us forever and ever. We are one heart, one mind, one soul, and we're better together. With our one heart, one mind, one soul, we are better together, together forever. We're better together. Better together. Thank you. I'd love to bring back Mary. Have a beautiful service.
Thank you, Deb. Oh, everyone, we shall begin our Center for Spiritual Living Delaware celebration of life today in prayer. So please close your eyes with me just for a couple minutes so we can center ourselves in the truth. There is only one source, one power in all of creation. That source is the source of all good and love. And as God is all there is, Let us breathe into that feeling of the one love. Everything is part of this one love, showing up as something new and different and original. Yet the universal truth is that there is always only the one. And we call this universal oneness God. And as everything in the universe is the creation of God, everything that exists is the divine expression of God's good. And as a participant in this universe, I too am the divine expression of God's good. I claim that, I know that, I am that, I live that. I feel it, and I connect with the true nature of God as a living, breathing, thinking being of light. And I am so thankful for knowing this truth for myself and for each one here. I am thankful for each of us being the light in the world today. And I am so grateful for this opportunity to be together in spiritual community. And I am so thankful for each one participating and all those in sacred service, especially our dearly beloved Reverend Dr. Kathleen Johnson, and thankful for the special message that comes through her this day. And thankful for the joy of this day and blessing this time together. I just bless our time together and let it be. And so it is. Amen. And now I would like to turn it over to Reverend Dr. Kathleen Johnson.
Good morning. I am Reverend Dr. Kathleen Johnson, the Spiritual Director for Center for Spiritual Living Delaware, and I want to welcome you. Welcome you if you are our members, and I want to welcome you if you are new to us, and invite you to reach out if you're on Zoom to give us your information or connect with us on chat. My daughter Michelle is here to respond to you today. We're going to be having someone be a hospitality person to reach out and support you. And please take advantage not only of our message today and our prayers today, but after service, please give yourself the gift of praying with Mary after service for your dreams and your hopes. You know, it can be for healing, but also for all of your dreams, because we're here to support you and we're here to embrace you in our community. So I want to begin with what I am now calling the Beneficial Presence Declaration. This is really a high declaration of who we've come here to be as community and as individuals. So I'm inviting you to repeat after me, and you'll hear my daughter in the background repeating after me. I am that I am.
I am that I am.
Calling upon the beloved God presence I am.
Calling upon the beloved God presence I am.
Knowing that it is moving through me and as me.
Knowing that it is moving through me and as me.
I invoke the divine presence.
I invoke the divine presence.
To fill every cell of my body with light.
To fill every cell of my body with light.
To surround me with a pillar of light.
Surround me with a pillar of light.
To fill all of my affairs with light.
To fill all of my affairs with light.
I allow the pure light and love of the divine.
I allow the pure light and love of the divine.
To flow from me and move me.
To flow from me and move me.
To be of highest service to all life.
To be of highest service to all of life.
I joyfully bring love and light.
I joyfully bring love and light.
To all who enter my field of awareness.
To all who enter my field of awareness.
Knowing that my light contributes.
Knowing that my light contributes.
To the enlightenment of all.
To the enlightenment of all.
Yes, my friends, let's support that with a powerful yes, and so it is. Lovely. So I would now like to introduce you to our beloved Virgie, who is going to be giving our announcements for today. Let's welcome Virgie. Yay, Virgie.
Thank you, Reverend Kathleen, and good morning, family. First time I'm saying that for 2021, and it still feels good. Um, Read along with me as I read out loud our 2021 intention. We, the Center for Spiritual Living Delaware, are a welcoming, vibrant, and inclusive spiritual community rooted in new thought, ancient wisdom principles. We are here to be the presence of love and to co-create heaven on earth, a world that works for all. And now for our announcements. The monthly regional men's group meets tomorrow, Monday, January the 18th, from 7 to 9 p.m. on Zoom. This group is made up of spiritually centered men, helping each other along the path of enlightenment while exploring different ways of living an authentic, spiritually centered life. If you'd like to participate, you can send an email to Mark Savarese, and you can put men's group in the subject line, and we will put the email address in the chat for those of you who'd like to participate. Martin Luther King said, everybody can be great because everybody can serve. You want to be of service to Wilmingtonians who could use your help? Well, tomorrow is Martin Luther King's Day of Service, and the Delaware Art Museum, in partnership with One Village Alliance and West Side Grows, has planned activities for volunteers like you. And very quickly, a little bit about these two organizations that exist in Wilmington. One Village Alliance is a global social justice agency with the mission to grow historically marginalized youth into their true greatness through education, economic development, and the arts. West Side Grows is a coalition of residents, businesses, churches, and local leadership working together to transform and strengthen the community. So there are going to be lots of activities that people can participate in. A lot of them will be outdoors, things like beautifying the buildings by painting, cleaning up local parks, participating in an annual Martin Luther King March that takes place. These are just some of the things that are available for those of you who'd like to serve. You can get more information on them by going to our newsletter or to our website. The Gandhi King Season of Nonviolence 2021 is going to be taking place from January 30th through April the 4th, which is 64 days. This 64 days is represents the time between the memorial anniversaries of Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. Its purpose is to bring our understanding of peace to a new level of spiritual maturity through spiritual practices that will be posted on our social media platforms. And it's going to be called 64 Ways in 64 Days. It's going to be sponsored by the Association of Global New Thought and the Social Justice Initiative Ministry. And everybody is enthusiastically encouraged to participate. Join Marianne Ruan. She is a religious science practitioner for meditation on the Radiant I Am, a self-healing guide by Emma Curtis Hopkins via Zoom and CSL Delaware Facebook Live for 15 weekdays. Now this started on Monday, January the 11th, and it runs through Friday, January the 29th. It takes place from 7:15 until 7:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Participation is free, and as always, everyone is welcome to participate. Our CSL Delaware 10th anniversary ceramic ornaments that display an original painting of the Science of Mind symbol by Lisa Bartolozzi has been delivered or mailed. However, please let Reverend Kathleen know if you are a member and you've not received yours, or if you've received it but you'd like to buy another one. They're on sale for $10, and we have about 30 that are available for sale. And we want to continue to thank the member who funded these gifts. So for details and Zoom links on all of these and other activities. Family, please check out the CSL Delaware website. You can go under the tab that says Get Involved. You can also look in the newsletter and that comes in your email to find out about all the wonderful things that are happening at CSL Delaware. And with that, I'll turn everything back over to Deb.
Thank you, Virgie. So nice to see your face. Oh, we're going to sing. I hope you'll sing along at home. This beautiful song by Daniel Namad. As we've seen, love's not always easy for everyone, but it's always a decision. So today we make that decision to love. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give up my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Let's do that one more time. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down that road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. Once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. My decision right here and now. Thank you. Thank you. It's a decision. And so I decide to welcome Linda.
Thank you, Deb. That was beautiful. The theme for January 2021 is Timeless Vision, Evolutionary, let me start over. The theme for January 2021 is Timeless Wisdom, Evolutionary Vision. And the topic for today is Here and Now. Ernest Holmes wrote in The Science of Mind, page 50.2, how much of this infinite good is ours? All of it. And how much of it may we have to use? As much of it as we can embody. Holmes, reminding us of the power to use spiritual principle to create something new in the now, wrote, "Principle is not bound by precedent." That inspired spiritual humorist Swami Beyondananda to say, "Join my World Win campaign to elect ourselves and to choose a new precedent." Swami Beyondananda went on to say, "I am calling for an upwising, waking up and wising up to our true human potential and engaging millions to participate in the greatest adventure in human history, conscious evolution." Say with me with joy, I am joying the great upwising. I now wise up to my true potential and engage in the greatest adventure in human history, conscious evolution. Thank you. And now I'd like to turn it over to Reverend Kathleen.
Yeah, I think it's time for a little humor, my friends, correct? So that's my intention today, is that we all lighten up and wisen up to who we are in truth, and knowing that lighter, in fact, I just remembered something. Angels fly high because they take themselves lightly. I think that will be kind of our whole tone today as I offer these spiritual principles of truth. So I want to begin, though, first by, again, emphasizing that this month we embrace timeless wisdom. We call ourselves New Thought, Ancient Wisdom. And so for this particular week, the little nugget of wisdom, this is from Ernest Holmes, what we believe that I'm going to share is, we believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete emancipation from all discord. Boy, is that a good one for right now, right? Complete emancipation of all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. Now that is a powerful statement, a powerful claim, because we know that we're all in this together, right? And following in the footsteps of Martin Luther King Jr., we have a dream. We call it an evolutionary vision. And so here's the piece of the evolutionary vision from Centers for Spiritual Living I want to share today. We envision humanity awakening to its divine magnificence and discovering the creative nature of thought. A world where each and every person discovers his or her own personal power and ability to create an individual life that works within a world that works for all. It's a win-win situation we're talking about here, and a very high vision. So here and now, that's the topic for today. It's the power of now that we hear about so much and so often. And that quote that you heard a little bit earlier, principle is not bound by precedent. That is a powerful statement claiming the power of now, the power of the here and now, the power of the present moment. Our ability to use spiritual principle, to use the creative power of our word and the universal law that is the creative power that brings it into manifestation, happens in the here and now. And in that, it means that we can create something fresh and new, unbounded by past circumstances or past history. That's really good news, friends, isn't it? We are not bound by what happened in the past. We can individually and collectively create something fresh and new. Let's keep our eye on that one. That's a really important piece. And A Course in Miracles has a beautiful statement about that I remember, and it really supports me, is the past can touch me not. It's a really powerful claim to not allow what happened in the past to come into our present experience, but to understand in the power of now, in the now moment, all kinds of possibilities can be taken place, and we can choose to participate in that creation. So the creative power, and it's not just some power, but the all power of universal law is available to each and every one of us. Why? Because of the principle of oneness. Yes, we all look like we're separate in these separate bodies, but the truth is, every time we think, and our belief structure it plays a really important piece in that, we are using not some of the creative power of the universe, or law is what Ernest Holmes calls it, but all of it. We are amazingly powerful beings. And that we know is good news, as long as we keep our focus on what it is that we desire for ourselves and for our planet. So the power of the past has already been used, and the power of the future is not yet ours. Our full and complete power is in the now, the present moment. So that awareness allows us to change a troubling condition into something new by beginning to talk and think about the thing we desire, and to stop talking about what we don't desire. This is a tall order, isn't it? Since our minds, it's the survival mechanism, our minds tend to want to go over the past and be afraid of the future. But we know that that doesn't serve us. Here and now, here and now, here and now is what serves us, consciously creating in the now moment. So there's a great shift taking place. We know that. We've heard it. We're experiencing it even now as I speak. Swami Byandananda, who is really beloved by the New Thought community and is just an amazing humorist and has been around, I think, since 1985 or something. He calls it an upwising, play on words, an upwising, wising up to our human potential and using it consciously. He says, now is the perfect time for you and I to make the shift. And here's why. Listen to this. Because it's too late to do it sooner. He says, to put it bluntly, if we humans don't begin rowing together in the same direction, we're going to end up Shift Creek without a paddle. So I promised you today a self-assessment, an opportunity for us to ask ourselves some questions about where we are right here and right now in consciousness and in our willingness to shift. So here's the first question. Where are you on the continuum from separation consciousness to total oneness consciousness? And you can just we do this in some of our classes. Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? And then where would you like to be? Where would you like to be by the end of this year? You know, it's really good to set some intentions for ourselves. Also, what kind of mystic are you? Are you a pessimistic? Or are you an optimistic? We call ourselves a mystical tradition. But notice, where is your mind? Are you always complaining or whatever, pessimistic, looking at the negative? Or are you willing to look for the good and be an optimistic? Look for the good and affirm it. our next question is, what is the vision that's pulling you forward? I've offered some, but we're each very creative beings. What is your vision? Not only for your life, but for humanity, because we know we're all in this together. We all rise together. We all wise up together, right? So, are you willing to evolve? That's the next one. Are you willing? Are you willing to do the spiritual practice that is necessary to evolve? Are you? It might mean shifting what you do during the day. It might mean letting go of some activities that you do that are not as essential, and dedicating yourselves to a strong spiritual practice, because we know the spiritual practice, meditation, our affirmative prayer, the type of prayer we do with spiritual mind treatment, visioning, that all of these things that we teach in this community support the evolution of our own consciousness, and because we're interconnected, support the upwising of all humanity. So here's the thing, since we know that thought is creative, and we know that if we focus on problems, we just get more of the problem, we know that we need to be solution-oriented. That's what a new vision is all about. It's focusing on the solution. And so what I want to offer today is from Swami Beyond Ananda, his 4-step program for staying solution oriented, focusing on the vision, being the vibrational match to the vision. So here we go. The first one is wake up laughing. I love that one. Wake up laughing. So here's what he says. He said, do you know that the ancient Fuling masters who achieved cosmic comic consciousness came to realize life is a joke and God is laughing with us and not at us. The Creator is watching the comedy channel through us and as us. He said, yes, the world is in serious condition, largely because of our conditioning to be serious. Seriously. He said, so instead of having gravity bring us down, we choose levity to bring us up. He says, hearty laughter makes us go completely out of our heads and into our hearts. So this is just my comment on that. So being too reactive and too serious about what's going on in the news is not serving us. Yes, we need to know what the condition is so that we can offer prayer. But we want to make sure that we don't let seriousness take over us and destroy our appreciation of laughter and humor. So, watch a funny movie. Dan and Michelle and I watched a hilarious movie the other night, and just, in fact, I looked over at Dan at one point and tears were coming out of his eyes because he was laughing so hard. Laughter is so good for the soul. Find the humor in everyday life. We have people in our community that do that very well. In fact, one had his birthday yesterday, Tom Clark. And also, read a quote from Swami Beyond Ananda. He has a website. He has a whole bunch of really, they're all spiritually oriented, new thought oriented, to help lift your spirits. So humor, laughter. The second step is wise up loving. Love is my decision. There we go. So to counterbalance all the challenges of being human, we were given the power of love that Swami Beyond Ananda calls the universal solvent. You have a problem, dissolve it in a warm solution of love. Love metabolizes all the BS, the belief system, right? the belief systems where we mistake for reality. And the good news is love is more powerful than fear. How do I know? Have you ever heard anyone singing, "All you need is fear"? So, and here are my comments on that. Was Swami Beyondananda. Here are my comments on that. What problems of our country are calling for love, the universal solvent? What problems are calling for this universal solvent that we call love? When we pray with great love, not just in our heads, but when we pray from our hearts with great love, using statements of truth and using the creative nature of our thought, we dissolve all the forms of separation, all of that BS, all those belief systems based on separation, racism, sexism, you name it, inequity, all of those things that are based on falsehood, on the idea of separation. When we bring love to it, the universal solvent, I just see it all dissolving back into the nothingness from which it came, and love being in its place. And so what is the new solution? So I'm thinking about the solvent and the solution. The new solution, of course, is unity and truth-telling, right? And equity, and a world that works for all human beings, all animals, all plants, all minerals, our entire planet. That's wise up loving. The third step is grow up giving. Grow up giving. And here's Swami Beyondananda. He says, you are the Creator's creation, created to create. I love that. Listen to that again. You are the Creator's creation, created to create. Yes. So, my friends, what are we waiting for? The time is now to give all we were given to give. Before we give out. The more of our gifts that we give, the more that we grow upward. So, listen to this. If you are spiritually upwardly mobile, I love that. If you're spiritually upwardly mobile, here is my suggestion. Make a bucket list of all the undertakings you wish to undertake before you are overtaken by the undertaker. And then undertake and overgive, and you can't grow wrong. So that's Swami Beyondananda. So here's my comment to that. So do you want to be inspired by Creative Solution? I invite you to subscribe to Optimist Daily. It's put out by Omega Institute. Many of you know who that is. And it offers all kinds of creative innovations that are taking place on the planet right now. It pulls from a lot of different sources. But I read it daily. I get it in my email. And it's so inspiring. And it encourages me to keep giving the best of what I can give to all of you. The final step is show up living. So we show up for the greatest show on earth, says Swami Beyondananda. It's better than reality TV because it's reality. It is a once in a lifetime whirlwind adventure show where the whole world can win. It's a hero's journey with one big hero, the human race. So if you don't like your current programming, turn off the TV and television. I tell you a vision, you tell me a vision. He goes on to say that here's his vision. He says, I tell a vision to you, here it is. Timeless Times has a headline that reads, How did the human race turn out? They won. They achieved oneness and won. Now you tell me a vision, and I'm inviting you to tell other people your vision. To have that be our habit now, that we talk about our vision instead of complaining about what's going on. Because I know that if we do this together, we're going to have a profound change. We are having a profound change. And so here are my comments on that as well. Have you noticed how our president-elect, our vice president-elect, and a lot of their team are telling a vision of unity and possibility? It really is happening on, at our governmental level. And then it's not just on the Democratic side, it's on the Republican side as well. Have you noticed that Ed Stetzer, he's been in the news, he's been in the newspaper. I saw an article by him on PBS. Anyway, he is the head of the Billy Graham Center at Wheaton College. That's right in the center of the country. That's in the Chicago area. And he says that his fellow white evangelicals have sold out their beliefs by supporting the outgoing president. Here's somebody who's speaking up. And then he begins telling a vision of a time, and he's calling this the reckoning for white evangelical Christians. And the vision, in his vision, pastors are doing a better job at exposing the falsehood of political lies, conspiracy theories, patterns of hate and divisiveness, telling the falsehood of white supremacy and sexism and racism, and instead applying the teachings of Jesus, truth, unity, and love, and teaching skills of thinking to their congregants. This is his vision. These pastors are teaching thinking skills where they can discern truth from falsehood and choose, therefore, unity instead of divisiveness, and taking a stand for love, which means standing up for all of humanity. That means social justice. That includes social justice and equity of all kinds, racial equity, equity for the genders, etc. This is really powerful. This is a powerful leader in the evangelical Christian world who is standing up and speaking truth and giving a solution, sharing a new vision, so that particular group of people are not led down the path of falsehood. And there's much more. If you'd like to read more, his name again is Ed Stetzer. He's the head of the Billy Graham Center for Wheaton College. One of the things I love about our spiritual teachings, we are a mystical tradition, we're a New Thought tradition, and yet we embrace the truth when it shows up in other religions as well. And to me, that is so heartwarming to see that love truly is being, taking a front row seat now in by leaders who are willing to speak up. And so to these four that I just added, the last one was about living and television. Television, I love that. I'd like to add to that something that Ernest Holmes says. He says, the laws of the universe are to be trusted. And here's where some of us fall into a little bit of a glitch. And I know I can do this too at times, even though I've been involved in this for so long. The laws of the universe are to be trusted. They work for us, through us, and as us, according to our predominant beliefs. So, do you have a belief that doesn't serve you, or some beliefs that aren't serving you? Are you limiting yourself in any way? And I'm doing some deep questioning about that myself right now. I have some time off, I'm not teaching a class right now. I'm taking the self-study version of Deb's class. And I'm really looking, are there any beliefs that are holding me back? Because I know it's the beliefs that outpicture in our lives. And so in order to strengthen our trust, here's what we do, is we begin to set a new intention, or we use spiritual mind treatment. This is a beautiful form of prayer where we claim the highest truth, all there is God, I'm one with God, and then from that place of power, we claim our new vision as already happening. When we watch out, we look out for the evidence of that intention showing up in our lives, we write it down and give thanks for it. That is how we strengthen our trust, because we begin to see the cause, the new thought, and the effect in our world, the operation of a law that is to be trusted. So here's what I want to just share up front about gratitude. I am so grateful for the principles and the tools of science of mind, what they've offered me, what they've offered all of us as spiritual community and so many other spiritual communities across the planet that are part of Centers for Spiritual Living. I'm grateful that I attracted them at a very crucial point in my life when my life was not working at all. And for the ongoing support that these principles have served me. And I'm also so grateful that it attracted you into my life, my beloved community, whom I truly love and adore. And I'm grateful for the one life, God, that we are all sharing. So solution-focused practices result in us being spiritually, upwardly mobile in the here and now. It happens here and now. Ernest Holmes wrote at the end,
Switch to the other camera.
okay. Okay, can everybody hear me? Just do thumbs up if you can hear me. Great, all right. I don't know how much you missed.
It wasn't much.
Okay, so I'm just going to do the conclusion again, which is this. Solution-focused practices result in a spiritually upwardly mobile life. And it happens in the here and now. Laughing, loving, giving, living, in other words, television, and gratitude, all key components for that process of conscious evolution. And Ernest Holmes wrote at the end of chapter 4 in Science of Mind, a new light is coming into the world. We are in the borderland of a new experience. The veil between spirit and matter is very thin. Do you feel that? I do. I feel that. I'm witnessing it in my own life, and I'm witnessing it in our country and in our world. I know the new light is awakening more fully to our role as creators. So here's my proposal. Let us create a new normal in 2021, a new magnificent normal, a new normal in which love prevails, a new normal in which truth prevails, a new normal in which we tell each other a vision more frequently than we complain. All right? Sound good? Great. And so let us fully and completely accept the truth of this beautiful intention, the fulfillment of this intention with a powerful yes. And so it is.
So
Namaste,
it
my
is.
friends. And so now I'm passing this back on to my dear beloved friend, Deb.
Thank you, Reverend Kathleen. Wow. Lots of good stuff in that one. Here's a song for you I wrote called Here. I've had a technical glitch. Hold on. Sometimes my sounds just change themselves. Okay, here we go. The waves keep rolling in. They pull me down again under a turbulent ocean. In a continual motion, I toss and turn and fall. I hear another call from the beloved and tender, inviting me to surrender, saying, it's here, it's here, it's already here. Right here, forever here. The answer, the way it holds me as I pray, it's here, right here, eternally here. What looks impossible becomes unstoppable when I release and let go. Surrender into the flow. So from this troubled mind, I'll spread my wings and fly above the swirling sea. As the wind carries me, 'cause it's here, it's already here. Right here, forever here. The answer, the way it holds me as I pray, it's here, right here, eternally here. My courage, my faith grow day by day, and I say thank you for what's here, what's always here. Right here, forever here. The answer, the way it holds me every time I pray, it's here, right here, eternally here. Right here, eternally here. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's here. And now I would like to introduce you to Dwayne.
Thank you so much, Deb, for that beautiful rendition. So soothing. Deb Chamberlain, now that you're in the spotlight, let's keep you there for another moment. Deb has brought the new year in with a bang. That is, she's the January 2021 Volunteer of the Month. Deb managed the production of our first CSL Delaware community music video. She offered the song, "The Time Has Come," written by Deb and Robert Wynn. She worked wonders with the video footage in coordination with the editor in Florida to come up with the final production. She facilitated a 90-minute workshop for our recent 10-day anniversary celebration. The group that attended did a group clearing and energy alignment for preparing to move from a challenging 2020 into a powerful new year. On a volunteer basis, Deb co-founded and co-directed a teen nonprofit for 9 years. Her intent was to help shape the lives of diverse and at-risk young people through their creative self-expression and original live performances. Deb's life is devoted to helping others and cultivating their creative mind. Join me in showing appreciation for all the gifts, time, and love she shares so generously with our spiritual community. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, everyone. I love you. Thank you.
And now moving on to Virgie.
Thank you, Dwayne. Thanks a lot. Come on over here with me. My grandbaby's gonna help me out with this. So last week, the Social Justice Initiative Ministry kicked off 52 weeks of practices for spiritual activists. The intention is to learn to practice nonviolence one choice at a time, one day at a time. And through our daily nonviolent choices and actions, each of us move ourselves and the world in the direction of peace. So last week's focus was prayer and peace. This week's practices focus on harmony, unity, and believing. So here's some challenges for you to try to incorporate as you move through your week. 3 things. First of all, set an intention to consciously choose to see the good in others rather than fault finding. So going back to what Reverend Kathleen was saying, Swami Beyond, I can't say his last name, but be an optimist and not a pessimist in your dealings with yourself and with others. The second thing I want you to contemplate is to think of a person or a group of people you'd like to feel more love and compassion for, and then incorporate him, her, them into a daily guided loving kindness meditation. It does end up being medication for you. You can find them on YouTube. There's all types of loving kindness meditations. Mary Ann Ruan, one of our practitioners, she does several of them that you can find on Facebook. And I'll make it a point to put some stuff out there on our social media so that for those of you who want to do that, you can. And then the last thing to do is to affirm the following daily. And my grandbaby's going to help me with this. Come on, Nala. Time moving. Come on, quickly. Daily, we're going to say, I know
I have all the resources I need to move my life and the planet in the direction of peace right here, right now.
Right here, right now. Okay, so more next week. And now let's move on with our offering. Please place your hands over your heart. And say with me as I read out loud, divine love through me blesses and multiplies this offering. The Spirit gives abundantly. I receive thankfully and give again generously. This is the bounty of God, and I send it forth with wisdom and joy. Divine love bountifully supplies and increases this offering. I give freely and fearlessly, fulfilling the law of giving and receiving. For details on sending CSL Delaware your tithes and offerings by PayPal or check, you can see our website homepage or the newsletter, and we always appreciate all the support you provide. Want to make a difference? Contribute to the CSL Delaware Benevolent Fund to support members of our community who are financially challenged during this time of COVID-19. Mark your donation Benevolent Fund. And to receive financial support, contact one of the members on the Board of Trustees. Please write prayer in the chat if you desire to have prayer after service today with our beloved Mary. Please note that you can also send a prayer request by phone or email to Peggy Frymoyer, and the practitioners will pray for you for 1 week, and you can submit your prayer request as many times as you need to. And with that, I'll turn things back over to Deb.
Thank you, Virgie. That was fun to see your little granddaughter. Hi. Aw. Oh, well, I like today. It made this week feel like I'm ready for it now. So let's carry that forward with this next song. Let's get nice and rowdy with this one. We know this one. We all love this one. Get up, move around, put your hands in the air. May the grace of God bless man and every woman in this land, and stay strong and keep your faith alive. Whatever comes to meet us, the darkness won't defeat us. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Some say the end has come, they said our souls are running, but I say stay strong and keep your faith alive. Let's all come together and take care of each other. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Here we go. Raise your hands up in the air and stay strong and keep your faith alive. Take a stand and say a prayer. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Hand in hand, side by side, with hearts open wide, we'll stay strong and keep our faith alive. Help others find their way, create a heaven here today. We'll stay strong and keep our faith alive. Everybody now raise your hand up in the air, and we will stay strong, keep your faith alive. Take a stand and say a prayer. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. It's times like this we need to remember what is real. We'll stay strong and keep your faith alive. United in our quest to spread love and happiness. We'll stay strong and keep our faith alive. Everybody raise your hands up in the air and stay strong and keep your faith alive. Oh, take a stand and say a prayer. coming tide. Everybody, let's stay strong and keep our faith alive. Yeah. Uh-oh. I don't know if I froze or you froze. But something's not right over here.
I'm on.
I'd like to
Okay.
bring back Reverend Kathleen.
It's all good, Deb. We still got the joy of it. It's all good. It was only the very end. All right, my friends. I just wanted to let all of you know that I just actually got word that some of our New Thought communities in the area on Wednesday are going to be holding prayer vigil and meditation during the inauguration. So stay tuned to your email. When I get more information about it, I will pass it on to you. So again, we have another opportunity to be the change that we wish to see in the world and to support a safe and a joyful inauguration ceremony for our new president and vice president. Okay, my friends, let's just breathe and let's bring this service to a beautiful and graceful conclusion by standing in our human potential, our God-given potential. And repeat after me. Perfect God within me.
Perfect God within me.
Perfect life within me, which is God.
Perfect life within me, which is God.
Come forth into expression through me
Come forth into expression through me
as that which I am.
as that which I am.
Lead me ever on the path of all-inclusive love
Lead me ever on the path of all-inclusive love
and cause me to see
and cause me to
the
see
infinite good.
the infinite good.
All right. And so for this, let us bring our affirmative energies together and say, yes! And so it is. Namaste, my friends. Have a beautiful day.
All right, everyone. Just everybody wave goodbye. But turn off the recording.